Hello, everyone. Hi, this is Ellen Wright, and you saw me adjusting my screen a little bit. On my side, it just wasn't looking right. So thank you for being patient with me a little bit there. So, hey, it is a blistery, rainy Saturday here in Oregon, and I just wanted to pop on really quick here, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about fear. And I want to talk to you about how we can live our life with no fear. We can overcome fear. And let's start off with the babies. Babies are born with just two fears. One would be a fear of falling, and the other one is a fear of a loud noise. And I remember when my babies were 1 and 2 years old, and if I would start the vacuum cleaner, they would scream and they would run and they'd jump up on the couch. They were afraid of that noise. And so, of course, I'd shut the vacuum cleaner off, and then I would walk over and I would hold them and cuddle them and let them know it's going to be okay. And of course, as time went on, because of the repetition and mama instructing them that it's going to be okay, they overcame that fear. So, and then, but on the other hand, let's do the flip side of this. Babies that maybe they have no fear of sticking their fingers in a light socket. They have no fear of getting at the top of a stairway and just starting to walk down it or crawl down it, and then they just go tumbling. They have no fear of those kind of things. They have no fear of putting their hand in a dog's mouth, not knowing if the dog is going to bite them or not. Some fears are external. We have internal fears, and we do have learned behavioral fears. So let's talk a little bit about some external fears. Like, I am so afraid to do a Facebook Live. And you guys, I was there not too long ago. I was afraid of, what if I said the word too much? What if I didn't pronounce a word? What would my friends think of me that have known me my whole life? What would my childhood friends think of me? What would my brothers and sisters think of me? So anyway, I have overcome that. Obviously, I'm here on a Facebook Live, and I got lots of encouragement too from my coaches as well as my coworkers in my field that I'm in. So here's another external one. Like, I don't want to go out with the girls tonight because I don't like the way I look. I think that I'm too fat. And your girlfriends will say, you are not too fat. Come on. Or some hot date, some hot guy wants to take you out on a date, and you say, oh, I can't go out on that date with him because what if he ends up not liking me? So, rejection, disappointment, even pain. These are okay to feel, but allow them to mold you, allow them to shape you, allow them to grow you, to be your best. Don't live in them. So an internal fear would be like fear of heights, fear of heights, fear of maybe getting on an airplane. You're afraid it's going to crash. Fear of getting in the water. You don't know how to swim, and you're afraid if you get in the water, you're going to drown. And so some of these have been taught to you. If you did self-inventory of some of the things that you're afraid of, try to do a self-inventory and think, now, where's the root reason? Where did this come from? For instance, somebody might be deathly afraid of dogs, but I'm not afraid of dogs. Where did that fear come from? Maybe their parents taught them, don't pet that dog's going to bite you. Don't go outside the yard, because there's dogs out there and they're going to bite you. So that could be where some of that external fear is coming from. And those are learned fears, and you can overcome those things. I think I just said that to you. But when you fear the worst possible outcome, you are literally living in that. And things actually happen in your brain, in the amygdala up here. When you fear something, your brain chemicals change, and you jump into this flight or fright, you know, and you either run or you freeze. But so kind of, you know, think about those things. And always, I can tell you for myself personally, I don't want to be the same girl I was yesterday, last week. I want to be growing every day, because you guys, fear can hold us back from success. Fear can hold us back from achieving. So if you are living in that state, stop and just do some inventory and figure out, read books, talk to a coach, go to some counseling and find out where it came from, so that you can grow beyond that point and become the best person that you can become. Because when we have these kind of fears, you guys, it really does hold us back. And I can remember, and you can change fear, by the way, you can change it in the moment. And I can remember one time I was driving home and it was so foggy and it was late at night, and I had my headlights on high beam, and you guys, I could not see 1 foot in front of me. If a deer would have jumped out, I would have hit it. If there was a person standing in the highway, I would have hit them. I literally could not see. So I remember myself, here I am, just shaking, both hands on the wheel, shaking. Okay, I can do this. I can get myself home. I talked myself through it. I can do this. This is just fog. If it was during the daytime, it wouldn't have been so scary. So I literally talked myself through it. My shaking and trembling and my foot on the gas quit shaking. And I literally got myself home. And I was proud of myself. I was happy with what I accomplished. So rationalize why you feel so fearful and talk yourself out of it. And I know, you guys, I know that's easier said than done. And there is a great coach out there. His name is Gary Coxe, C-O-X-E. And he literally takes somebody and he transforms their fear that they might have in a nanosecond. And he talks you through it and gives you steps on how to overcome it. And so I love watching it. He's been on the Dr. Oz show and the Doctor's show quite a bit. And if you Google his name, Gary Coxe, you're going to see short videos on how he takes people and he just transforms them to become a better person, away from fear, excuse me. He works with people who are afraid of tarantulas, snakes. I've seen him. I even seen a couple weeks ago a woman who was in an abusive relationship, fearful of leaving the relationship. And he walked her through it, and she was able to make a phone call, and she was able to leave that relationship and never go back. So anyway, this is Ellen Wright coming to you on Saturday, and it is April 6th. And I wish you guys the best weekend that you can have. And don't let fear envelop you. Don't live in fear. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye now.